You know, Diane and I have been married for 46 years, and when I was 25, 43 years ago, I started in the shop here. And I guess it's kind of time to deal with some issues that I have personally. If things don't tend to go right, I can kind of resort to excessive force. And it's something that I've struggled with all the time here in the shop. If things don't go right, I just make it go right. So, you know, it's something that I have to deal with, and it's not an easy topic to talk about for me. But you know, I've been told by a number of people that, you know, when you're dealing with things like this, that sometimes it's just best to come out and verbalize what you're struggling with, and that's part of the healing process. So I guess that's kind of what I have to do this week, is I have to admit that I have abused my vice. You know, we've heard that phrase, using excessive force. Well, that's kind of what I do with my vice. I have a pipe cheater on my bench that I put onto my handle, and I have used excessive force on my vice, and somehow, yeah, right. But I have broken my vice. I try to clamp down on anything, and it takes hardly any pressure at all, as you can see here, and it just keeps slipping. So I need to tear apart this vise and see what it is that I broke inside. Well, the threads here seem to be good, so I'm suspicioning that it's probably the nut inside. Something's happened there, I'm guessing. Yeah, sure enough, it's this nut inside that operates this vise that I have split. I don't know if I can fix this or not. It might be past its usable life here in the shop. I am kind of hard on my vices. I don't know. I gotta tear this apart and clean it up anyway. when I sold my business back in '93 and went solely into the restoration end of this business, I ended up receiving back that business 3 years later as that new owner went bankrupt. Well, part of that equipment was an old vise that I had bought probably back in '82. It had been abused and thrown out and rusted, and I just threw it underneath the bench thinking, well, maybe someday this will come in handy. Well, this someday has arrived. I'm going to have to clean up this rusted up, froze up old vise. Now I knew to set a replacement jaws for this, but as I looked around the internet, nothing really shows up that they're going to fit. I don't know what make this vise is. I have some 1-inch square axle stock. It's 1065. It's a tool steel, and I'm going to use this for the new vise jaws. And when I'm done, I'm going to temper them so they'll have a good bite to them. Well, what is now the second vice that can't really stand the heavy duty use that I put it through here in the shop. You remember out in our little place, remember I burnt some sagebrush here maybe a year or so back. I need a vise out in that shop, so I'm going to put this one out there. It won't get near the abuse that I use here in the shop. Old habits are hard to break, and yeah, maybe with my accountability, admitting my faults with you all, you'll help keep me accountable that I could quit abusing my vices. Anyway, appreciate you following along. Thanks for watching.